We're going to be using the order of operations, or PEMDAS, in order to solve long computations with fractions. For each problem, I'm just going to write PEMDAS. That way I can refer back to it. So I have 5 halves minus 2 divided by 3. When I follow PEMDAS, I first start with parentheses, and there are no parentheses in this problem, so I can cross it off. Then I do exponents. This problem does not have any exponents, so I cross it off. I then am going to be able to do multiplication, but again, no multiplication in this problem, or division, but I do have a division, so I can do 2 divided by 3, and I know that 2 divided by 3 I can write as 2/3. So I'm rewriting the problem as 5 halves minus 2/3. So I did my division. I don't have any addition, but I do have subtraction now. In order to subtract 5 halves minus 2/3, I need to change the denominators. So I need to find the lowest common denominator, and I know that 6 is going to be the lowest one for each. So I'm going to change it to 6. And I know that 2 times 3 equals 6, so I multiply the 5 by 3 and get 15. And 3 times 2 equals 6, so I multiply the 2 by 2 and I get 4. Remember the subtraction sign. I have 15 minus 4 for the numerators, and I know that's going to equal 11. And the denominator stays the same at 6. So 11/6 is your final answer. Again, I'm going to write PEMDAS, that way I remember to do every step. For this one I have parentheses, and I don't have any parentheses to do, so I cross it off. No exponents. Multiplication I do have, so I'm going to multiply the fractions. In order to multiply the fractions, you multiply straight across. So I take 3 times 8, and I know that 3 times 8 is going to be 24. And I take 5 times 5, and I know that's going to be 25. And then I still have the plus 1. So I'm done with multiplication. There is no division, but there is addition. When I'm adding 1 to a fraction, I can have a whole number with a fraction, 1 in 24/25, or I could have an improper fraction where I take 25 times 1, which is 25, plus 24, and I get 49/25. Either answer is suitable for this case. Let's start with PEMDAS. No parentheses or exponents or multiplication or division, so I need to add and then also subtract. Remember to move from left to right using these 2 steps. And I have addition first, so I know that 10 plus a half is 10.5, and I still have minus 4. So then I'm going to subtract 4 from 10.5, and I know that 10 minus 4 is going to be 6 1/2. Your final answer is 6.5. Again, start with PEMDAS. You can see that you have parentheses, so you're going to do that first. 7 minus 5, which is going to be 2, so you have 3 halves times 2 left over. So parentheses are done, exponents are done. Now you need to multiply. 3 halves times 2. This 2 is actually over a 1, so you can go ahead and draw that over a 1. And when you multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. So 3 times 2 is going to be 6, and 2 times 1 is going to be 2. So you have now done your multiplication, no division, no addition, and no subtraction. Looking at this answer, though, I need to reduce it. And you can see that it's improper fraction, so you can do 6 divided by 2, and you know that's going to equal 3 whole. Your answer is just going to be 3. Again, start with PEMDAS, so you have parentheses, 6 minus 4/3. So you can go ahead and write that up, and you're going to borrow from the 6 and make it a 5, and you would have 5 3/3 minus 4/3. You can do the same thing and borrow from the 5, make it a 4, and you would add 3 plus 3, which is going to be 6/3. So now you can subtract fully, where you have 6 minus 4, which is going to equal 2/3. 4 minus nothing is 4. So you have 4 2/3 left, but then you need to multiply that by 11 halves. I would now change the 4 2/3 to an improper fraction so you can multiply easier. I know that 4 times 3 is going to be 12 plus 2 is going to be 14 thirds times 11 halves. Now you can multiply going straight across. The first thing that you do is 14 times 11, and you get 154. And then you do 3 times 2, which is going to be 6. In order to reduce 154 6, you're going to divide it by 6. 6 goes into 15 2 times, that's 12. Subtract 3's left over, bring down the 4. 6 goes into 34 5 times, 30. Subtract 4's left over. So your final answer is going to be 25 4/6. And then you can actually reduce the 4/6 to 2/3. So this would be 25 2/3.